KYEA Top Moments of 2024.
So my favorite KYEA moment in 2024 was definitely participating in the Empower Me presentations. I got to co-facilitate with Christiana, and I absolutely loved being able to discover all the new personalities that come into each session. I loved being able to see the shy participants really come out of their bubble. I've loved seeing the leadership that has really came out of these events, but probably my absolute favorite is just seeing the friendships that really start in the room, and thinking that these youth knew each other for years only to find out each other that they just met that day and they're best friends by the end of it really lets me know that we're making magic in the room. So that was definitely my favorite part for 2024.
Hello, my friends. I've been asked to make a video of my favorite moment at KYEA in 2024, and that's really difficult to do because I have made probably 1,000 memories, all of them wonderful and unique, and I'm so excited for 2025 and what that might bring. But probably my favorite personal moment at KYEA happened with an interaction with a youth who was deaf and whose primary form of language was sign language. And I had sat with him and talked with him for quite a while just about life in general and was really enjoying the conversation. And I asked him if he could please show me a word in sign language. And he chose instead to show me the entire alphabet. And I was so touched that he took that much time to show me a piece of his world. And it felt so special. And he could have shown me a single sign, but instead, took quite a while actually with me because I had asked and he was willing to share in that way. And so forever I will carry that in my heart. It means a lot to me that he honored me with my request. And so I can't wait to see what we might be doing as an organization in 2025 and the hundreds of other youth that we're going to touch and changes that we're going to make in our community. Thank you so much for letting us be part of your community too.
So when I usually think of top KYEA moments of each year, what comes to mind first oftentimes is the Youth Leadership Forum. And that definitely was one of the highlights of my 2024 year as well. But for this, I'm going to say something different because I have a feeling that other staff are going to say the Youth Leadership Forum, and I absolutely agree. But one of my standout moments that really just sticks in my mind from this last year was a moment that I had when I was presenting at Disability Awareness Day at Linden Elementary School. I was invited by RCIL to come and lead the transportation station, and of course elementary school, so interacting with kids everywhere from first grade all the way up through fifth grade, and showing them my accessible van and just talking about disabilities. And while the whole day was awesome and I absolutely loved it, and it was definitely just a standout in itself, one of the moments that I probably will not forget for a while is a comment that one of the kids made as they were leaving my station. And I heard one of the kids say, "This is so cool, I want a disability." And in that moment, I really was just struck by how impactful education can be, how exposure and education can truly break down barriers for people with disabilities and people without disabilities. And in that moment, I knew exactly why I do what I do. It's to bring us all together and help those people of all ages to understand people with disabilities better and again, break down those barriers that exist between those with disabilities and those without disabilities. I love educating people. I love educating kids, especially. And so that moment was just a rare moment that I loved and that I will not soon forget. That's for sure.
I would have to say that my favorite memory from 2025 for KYEA has to be, there's just so many to choose from. It's really hard. I have YLF, I have Empower Me series, I have DMD. But I think it's just the day-to-day vibe that we have in the office. I have so enjoyed every single additional employee that we have, and having everybody in the office, the laughter, the jokes, the collaborating has just been absolutely the best. We have some really great employees here, and we have some great volunteers, and we have board members that are completely rock stars. And I don't know that I can pick one time in the last year. It's just been a great year. I'm so proud of us.
A quote from Chris. My favorite KYEA moment of 2024 was assisting at Disability Mentoring Day. Connecting people with disabilities to resources and job opportunities makes everything we do worthwhile.
My favorite KYEA moment so far has been at the Empower Me workshop in Salina. It was my first opportunity to go to one, and I kind of was thrown into a few things kind of last minute because of some changes that had to be made. But I had a lot of fun. It was great to be able to work with the youth and engage with the slideshow and all the various kind of activities that were going on. It was really fun, and I felt very welcomed in, and I was really able to kind of get into it, and everything was laid out in a way that I could, easily pick up. And the youth were engaging, and the pre-ed staff were super helpful, and it was just an awesome time.
This is Kirstiana. In 2024, I became the program coordinator for our Empower Me workshops, where we get to travel the state, empowering youth with disabilities and pre-employment transition services all around employment. So sharing skills that they'll need to get and keep a job, creating activities where they get to design their employment future, and being able to create an atmosphere where they know and believe that they can work and start to see what employment can look like for them. There have been so many awesome moments at these workshops, but if I were to choose a favorite, it would be at our Topeka workshop in November, where I met a youth named Rebecca, and after talking to her for a bit, she asked me how I became confident in my disability and if I had any tips for her. And it was an amazing moment because it was staff at KYEA that first impacted younger Kirstiana not to be ashamed of my disability and learn what disability pride is and have disabled role models. So to be having this conversation where I can share my story and share tips of how she can live that out was amazing.